Chaos Culture Radio. Back again once again. And I'm here by myself this time. The gang is coming tonight. But I wanted to drop this tabernacle early in the morning because I wanted to feed the wolves. Especially with a topic that I know a lot of y'all gonna love from all across the world. This is something that we all been plagued with, deal with, and on a regular basis, even get anger about. And I'm coming to you to say no. Stop being angry. Get real and start focusing on your purpose. And if you don't, you will be a doormat. Trust me when I tell you that. So the topic of discussion is today, why nice guys finish last. And there might be a part 2 because I got to bring Mustang wrong in this. Gotta bring him in this, but I just woke up this morning, wrote a bunch of notes, and I had to just drop it. You know what I mean? Thanks for me that I'm able to just get up and just drop this tabernacle on y'all. Now, first and foremost, let's think about the whole statement behind that, why nice guys finish last. There's a lot of things that can deviate from that statement, or there's certain signs you can hear from that. You could think of a man that's weak, impotent, beta, somebody who's not an alpha male. That's what you really get from that statement. And I'm here to tell you that I need a lot of guys to stop saying that there are nice guys. It does sound disingenuous. I'm going to tell you why. A lot of women who look at nice guys, and, you know what I mean, they could be at wrong for this too, because they don't want to be honest. They don't like you. They never did like you. They was there to get a free meal, maybe some company, maybe a good person who has a good ear, and they needed that ear of reasoning. So you was Dr. Phil, a.k.a. the gay homeboy, where you're getting her sauced up for John to beat up later on that night. You know what I mean? She'll never tell you that your feet smell like fish on a Sunday morning. Your shirts are stained. You're not attractive. You don't have a good dress game. And that's why she doesn't want to be with you or ultimately ever have sex with you. She is repulsed by the idea of you thinking of her in that way. But she entertained it because she can capitalize on what she can get for free. Most women know they can't get stuff from a dude without having them alluding to the thing that, I could possibly get with her. You know what I mean? Because if you a dude and you doing all this stuff for a woman and there's not even an indication that, hey, there's a possibility of you smashing, you know what I mean? Then you really need to get checked out. So let's get into the first couple bullet points that I have. But back into the same point. And guys, y'all need to just be honest with yourselves. And be honest with yourselves and be honest with women. You're sexually frustrated. You know what I mean? You do nice things because you're sexually frustrated. You don't have sauce. Your sauce does not drip. You're not able to talk to women. And the problem is, instead of you going after a woman that's in your caliber, you go after a woman that really is out of your league. And by that being happened, you fall into this realm of, he's just a nice guy. Yeah, if you're trying to go for one of the baddest bitches and she see you a duck, she's going to make you quack. There's no way about that. No way coming out there. You can't tell me you're going for the baddest thing and not expect that you're going to have to come out your pocket or not expect that she wants somebody muscular or something like that. No, dude, you're sloppy. Your pants is falling off your ass. You know what I mean? Sometimes she would rather deal with a broke hood dude that has some swag about them than deal with a dude who has a lot of money and work at Walmart or he's at the manager of Walmart. You know what I mean? With that, you know what I'm saying? So, don't get that stuff twisted. Stop saying you're a nice guy. Stop, you know what I mean, going after a woman who easily can be defined as materialistic, egotistical, or who practice hypergamy. Women only date power. And I always say this to all my podcasts. They date across and up. they're not going to date nobody who's 10 steps down. Because, you know what I mean, the fact of the matter is they've been taught that they don't have to bring nothing to the table. All they bring is looks. Women who do have to bring something to the table are the unmentionables, or the one who is not as sexy or desirable as the one that a lot of these guys want to holler at. You know what type of woman I'm talking about. The one you won't think twice about not putting a condom on. The ghetto diamonds. The light-skinned joints. The dark-skinned joints. You know, but them joints, they say, ooh, Lord Jesus. Boy, she bad. The one that you mentioned in conversations with your homeboy, like, boy, if I had a chance to knock that off, boy, I'll pay her whole rent. You usually gonna pay the whole rent and she ain't gonna have to touch you. So let's go with the first bullet points. And I just mentioned it. Looks and money. A lot of these girls have a certain standard of what they're looking for. You know what I mean? Due to recent years, it used to be you had to be light-skinned, physically fit. I'm not saying that does not still apply, but nowadays, if you got a bag, or if you a person of power, and meaning that, you know what I mean, you got your crew, you got a bunch of earners behind you, probably the manager at Walmart pushing an Audi. She probably don't know that. You put off this grandioso lifestyle, chains, jewelry, you know what I mean, maybe the funny grandpa shoes. She might let you hit that, you know what I mean, without even putting a down payment on. And these are the type of signs you got to be aware of. And as far as, you know what I mean, why a lot of you brothers don't win, because you go after women who clearly have other ulterior motives. Okay? Another issue is why nice guys finish last. You go after people or try to date people who you have nothing in common with. Let's put that from that perspective. If you're a dude who grew up with a mother and father, and I'm not saying all people don't crucify me of this, I'm just trying to make a point. You've been raised a certain kind of way. You have certain ideologies. You have certain things that are about you that differs from people. So if you've been raised for a certain kind of way and you have the clear indication of treating a woman right, doing this and that, or to that instrument, you have a lot of people who don't want that. Most women want guys with an edge about them. Think about that, brothers. Why would you go after a woman who you clearly have nothing in common with? And when I mean in common with, like, you're not her type. You might not like the same movies she works. You might not like the same food she eats. Or clearly you might be more intelligent than her. You know what I mean? That's why I've always advised certain guys, if you're not from the hood, don't holler at ghetto diamonds. You know what I'm talking about. The ghetto diamonds, the one who work at Dollar Tree, Burger King, the one with the long hair who look like a Walmart cake with a nice body, fit body. You know what I mean? Like, you're clearly not their type. You do not even speak their language. Trust me on that. So, you know what I mean? Understand that. So, you know what I mean? You're going to finish last when you're dating people you don't have things in common with. Okay? Next bullet point. And this is one I used to be a victim of back in the days, but you don't know that until you start to get knowledge of yourself. You need to stop forcing relationships with people who don't want to be with you. You know what I'm saying, brothers? You need to, and as I start to talk about this, it starts to resonate in my head even more, to the point where you say that you get with a girl and sometimes you can be pushing. You know what I mean? You can be pushing. You don't know that, hey, this goes back to the same thing. She does not like you. She never did. She probably thought you was cool. Sometimes you have to be elusive about things. And it goes back, man, we be sweating the wrong chicks. The wrong chicks, bruh. And I'm only saying that to try to save a lot of you guys from heartbreak and hurt, from following these MGTOW and red pill movements, because all that's gonna do is just make you alone as well. And you know what I mean, or make you become an ultimate asshole, which that's something I'm totally against. Don't start becoming an asshole too, because you definitely ain't gonna get no women after that. You know what I'm saying? But stop forcing relationships on people who don't like you. Because, guys, a lot of you guys who say they're nice guys, there have been girls that like y'all, but y'all never really give them a chance because you doing the same thing that the women you're chasing are doing to you. The women who want to holler at you or try to make something happen at you, you're being judgmental, and them might say she too fat. Her hair ain't done half the time. She's natural. You know what I'm saying? Her thighs are scrubbing. You know what I'm saying? Knowing you can get free puss, but you're so worried about what society thinks that you want something that looks good to make you feel good about yourself when you know that you have some type of insecurity. Yeah, I said it. I said it. And you might not like it when I said it. So let's go for another one. This is a quote from Machiavelli. It's okay with being nice, but don't live for being nice. That's where people will start to see that as a weakness and start to perceive it as being disingenuous. You know what I mean? To the point where a lot of women don't even trust nice guys in 2019. Their whole perception, boy, he's just doing that to get pussy. That's all they care about. And this is why they go for guys who are a little bit more edge, who are a little bit more blunt, who are a little bit more assertive. That's another thing. You know what I mean? Not saying you have to be like that, but you go get you a woman who wants a guy that is nice, because not everybody wants an assertive guy. Not everybody wants somebody who goes and cuss them out or tell them, hey, shut up. Fix me a steak, you dumb broad. There's a lot of women who like guys that talk like that, but I'm not saying everybody. You know what I'm saying? Don't become a doormat for some of these people. Okay, next bullet point. Stop living for other people. I think this is a character flaw. And when I say stop living for other people, and we have to take that with a caveat. It's good to live for your kids, good to live for your family, but it's not good to live for people who don't respect you or view you as a human or see you as something as such of a dog or of a doormat. Because essentially, that's what people do to people who know that they like them and they know they ain't gonna never beat them. They use you as a doormat. They allow you to pick them up to go drop them off to other dudes' houses. Allow you to give them money so they can take care of other dudes. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm only telling you. You know what I mean? I'm not only the president. I subscribe to this. It only took me years of knowing how evil people, I want to call it evil, because I think people would just do what the game tells them to do. Hey, this dude is a duck, make him quack, get over. You know, so you got to peep that. So, you know what I mean, stop living for other people. Because when you start living for other people, you start living for yourself, and you start focusing on your purpose, and stop chasing certain women, and stop chasing women who you know don't like you, and focus on your purpose, the women will come automatically. I know it's kind of rough doing that, being lonely and wanting to have a warm body next to you, wanting to have some in-house sack, you know what I mean, stuff like that. Most of us want that. I want that now. You know what I'm saying? But I got a purpose. You know what I'm saying? I have a purpose. You know what I mean? I'm trying to go back to school, trying to get my entrepreneurship game going, trying to work out. When you do all these things, women will come automatically. And then you can cherry pick who you want to be with, because at the end of the day, you're not you will be perceiving to them that you have options, that you value yourself. You know what I mean? A woman don't want an insecure man, somebody who's constantly up her butthole, calling her every 20-30 minutes. Hey babe, I miss you. Won't you want me to bring you some lunch today? Babe, I miss you. Won't you bring some lunch today? No, stop that. She see you as being weak. Powder puff. Cream pie. Puff the Magic Dragon. Whew. So here's another thing. This goes with stop living for other people. Stop trying to make people comfortable. I think this is something that was stemmed from our childhood, especially when parents try to put discipline in certain kids as far as that. Because, by the age of 4, they try to make their kids socially accessible. So just imagine you've been forced into submission to try to make yourself socially acceptable to everybody, when you really shouldn't give a F what anybody thinks, even a woman, even if you tell her off. When you start thinking about what society thinks about you, what your parents thinks about you, what your friends thinks about you, and you start appreciating what you think about yourself, your life will be a lot better. And woman that sees you as being more assertive and sees you as a person who values himself, because she's trying to tell you something. You say, hey, girl, let me handle my business. Stay out of grown man's business, girl. So that's one thing. Stop trying to make people comfortable. Make yourself comfortable. You feel what I'm saying? Here's another thing on my thing. Lining yourself up to be exploited or too agreeable. This goes back from the top of the list, where if a girl knows she likes you, if a girl knows you like her, and she knows she doesn't like you, she'll get a free meal out of you, couple dates, maybe a bill paid. You know what I mean? If you're dumb enough, get her a purse. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're being exploited because you're not gonna get anything out of that. There's no reciprocation. You ain't gonna beat. But of course, she might maybe fool around and grab you a couple of times, but you're not gonna beat. That's for her. That's for her loser boyfriend, or her loser man John that cleans the pipes every weekend. You know what I mean? And she knows John got him a girl. So don't line yourself up to be exploited, man. Especially when you know somebody doesn't like you and they're constantly asking you for favors and to do things. You know what I mean? And do that. When I'm saying there's nothing wrong with doing things for a woman, but it has to be for a woman that's willing to reciprocate that. Don't buy things for women that they cannot buy for themselves. I'm being honest with you. Do not buy things from women that a woman cannot buy for herself or buy for you. A lot of women be mad about that. Here's another point. Let me get my bearing here. Say what you think, even if it's nasty or harsh. This is another thing I think that falls down to when you like somebody so much, you tiptoe around them, walk on eggshells, and not say what you think. If she's a puss asshole, she's a puss asshole. If she's a foot dragger, she's a foot dragger. Do not be scared to tell her that. Do not be scared to tell her that, hey, I don't like the shit that you be doing. Most men who are nice or who follow subservitude, who are submissive, will not check a woman about her wrongdoings. I'm not in the business of not saying anything. I am gonna check your ass. If I think you got issues, keep it effing moving. But nobody's not gonna do that. And I'm not saying this because I'm mad at anybody. I'm just giving this I'm just trying to put out something that I know I've dealt with myself. You feel what I'm saying? Okay, next one. Being too predictable. That should be easy. If a woman know you like her, she know you're going to call her every single day sweating her ass. What I'm saying, that's nothing wrong. But that only should be reserved for people who's reciprocating the same type of action. Everything I'm saying, there's nothing wrong with it. But you're going after people who you clearly don't like you. They clearly have nothing in common with you. And they're going to exploit you at the end of the day. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Okay? Coming off as weak. You know what I'm saying? Men who are too up on women might be perceived as being weak. Might be perceived as being not a man. They won't feel protected. Oh, he's too nice. So, you know what I mean? She might look at that and say, hey, if a beef was to come down, is he going to be able to punch a dude in his face? Or hit a dude in his mouth? You know what I mean? Or protect me? she won't feel protected around you. So you have to have that type of allure around you, that type of assertiveness. Like, hey, we're not doing this. We're going over here. No, we're not going to eat there. You know what I'm saying? Here's another thing. And a lot of these points, listen, a lot of my bullet points came from women. Came from extensive research and asking certain girls. Here's another thing. Nice guys are also perceived that the sexist way. They think you can't put it down because you worrying about pleasing her so much that you're not going to be able to drill it. John can. But, John drilling everybody, though. You know what I mean? That's community dick. So she rather that than to be with somebody who is probably not being sexually active. She'd rather deal with community dick because she wants to get pleased. And I'm saying this again, that's not for everybody. There's good women out there who don't care if the D is whack. They'll help you get to the place where you are. They just want somebody who's going to love, respect them. And I'm saying, get with somebody who like you. So then you won't have to talk about this night guy. Stop going after people who you know are totally out your league. Okay, another thing. They confuse your kindness for weakness. Here's the thing. If you talking to a woman and it's been a couple months and you took her on a couple dates and you know it's not going nowhere, she's going to ask you for some bread. Let her drown. Let her drown. This is not tit for tat. You got to look at people as an investment. And your hard-earned work and money that it took you hours to make should not be loosely given to any heifer. Only woman that should be getting your money like that with no problem is your nieces, your daughters, and your mama, and women who are sincere and who like you the same way you like them and don't mind to spend bread on you. That's just one. Another thing, nice guys are considered boring. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you guys are considered not to be fun, not to be the life of the party. You know what I mean? They think you sit home waiting to please them. You know what I mean? So, and this is why I go back and say in the beginning, focus on your purpose. If you're doing things, you got a bunch of things you're doing, a woman will look at that and be like, oh, you busy, but in the back of their mind say, hey, he has his own thing going on. He's not going to be hung up on me, and that will make them hung up on you. Okay? Whew. Another thing, this one was something I've dealt with when I was a little bit younger. Stop apologizing for everything and letting people run all over you. Being a doormat. This just goes to the type of rearing certain women do to men. And I never said my mama was wrong about that. My mama just taught me to appreciate women, which I still do very, very much. If I'm in a line, I see a young girl or a little girl buying some couple chains, I'll just pay for it. You know what I mean? That's the type of attribute that I got. But I'm not going to do that for no woman who clearly sees that I don't like me, and I'm not going to force you to like me, and I'm not going to work up the way for you to like me. I just need to understand that, hey, we don't have something in common. You clearly don't like me. I need to move on. You're going to miss out, but you'll get you any other duck to quack and to break bread. You just won't be getting my money. That's the thing. Here's another thing, and this is from Alpha Male Strategies. And, you know what I mean, there's a lot of points he says that I have to respect, and this is one that high-value pre-selected guys. When you look at it from a bracket point of view, especially from the inner workings of black culture, and I said that when I said it because I don't know about anybody culture but black culture, black women tend to lean off guys who are a lot more powerful, who have a little bit more status in the neighborhood, doctors, lawyers, correctional officers, longshoremen, drug boys, kingpins, you know what I mean, people with a little bit more status, people who let their nuts hang. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all who don't know that, Google that. It's a ghetto term for, you know what I mean? We're talking about alpha males. Somebody who let their nuts hang. You know what I mean? Pre-selected high-value men. Somebody who dresses nice, smell good. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Got some money. And this is the reason why I say, guys, do not try to attempt to talk to somebody if you don't have your own car or place, and you don't have a couple polos and Dockers in your closet. You're not going to get nobody. You got to keep a fresh haircut every week. If you want to keep the allure that you're an alpha male. You know what I mean? Same thing as saying that don't always call a woman after you have sex with her. You know what I mean? You wait a day or two, so she won't think you so hung up on her. Be like, oh, I got this, duck. You know what I'm saying? That's how when they start to, that's when you fall into a betatization mode, when you starts to go down, and that respect you was getting starts to diminish. That glow they look at you starts to diminish. I'm trying to tell you. Another thing is ignorance is bliss. And I mean that ignorance of men. Men, stop saying that you're a nice guy. That whole way of thinking is only going to put you in a position where people are going to take advantage of you. I don't even want to hear that statement anymore. I don't even want to hear people talk about it like that. Let's just be honest with ourselves. You're going after people that are totally out your league and you cannot get. And I'm not saying you can't shoot for the stars, but if you're going to shoot for the stars, make sure you have certain things in common with that person. Make sure you have the accessories. And when you get the accessories and you get her, then you know that she's a materialistic ass woman. Why would you even subjugate yourself to even get with somebody like that? Don't you want a wife, a queen, a mother figure? Not saying these women are not, but they're mother figures and queens for men who fit their purpose. High value, pre-selected men. Ballers. You know what I'm trying to say? Strong men. Gun boys. You know what I'm saying? Last one is just focus on your purpose. And brothers, when I say focus on your purpose, and everybody will tell you this, get yourself together. If you're living at your mama house, get a good job, save your money, get your clothes together, and focus on your purpose. Have a dream, have a hobby. You do that, the women will come. The women will come. They will come that you won't know what it'll be hard for you to get them out you. They just will come. Focus on your purpose, and that's it. Brothers, tell me how you feel about this podcast. I'm going to bring Mustang Ron and everybody in here to finish it all. To spray off the last couple clips. And that's what it is. Chaos Culture Radio out.
Man, I just appreciate y'all just listening. Stay tuned for the next episode.